Well, here we are, another Sunday to spend with you. So we're most happy and appreciative of you being here. What is going on in your world? That's what a lot of people are wondering. What is going on in your world? A lot of a rocking and rolling. And more importantly, really, is what are you feeling called to during this rocking and rolling time? We're holding that outcome of creating an entirely new reflection of the divine. And we're excited for that outcome and very trustful and hopeful that this is the time it will manifest in physical form on the planet we call Earth. It can't come into being without you on the ground speaking it. So no matter how much we understand, we in the unseen understand, we see the bigger picture, see the possibilities, are ready to partner, it requires you, each of you, in your own way, to say, what am I called to do? Now, this particular group, as we've said before, is unique. And we're going to speak to you from your, I don't even want to use the word evolved place, from your understanding of a bigger picture. So we can speak to you differently because of that. So Sananda here, I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself to begin with, but I think I will be the one who hosts each time. Here you are in a physical bodysuit, and all of you have gone through years of being in survival, tenacious commitment to wholeness, in learning and applying, and sometimes being battered against as you moved out of your own personal entrapment, sometimes knowingly and sometimes unknowingly, for sure. And so you are here in this place where you've been encouraged to say, that life, the plan I brought in, is complete. And we affirm that for you. You know, this is a time when what is possible has not been possible before. What is possible was only hoped for at some point. And this is the point. So as you are in this place where everything is whirring around you out there in the world, and you've said, I'm complete with that all that I brought in, I'm complete, I've finished it, I've learned from it, bless it, and let it go. Have you considered that it's like that a new soul, or you as a soul coming into a body at this moment, ready to learn to walk, to allow into your consciousness, into that brain, what you choose, not just absorbing what's around you, that you have the maturity, you have the insight, you have the capacity to know that you can consciously participate in that first year, 2, 3, 4 of life that at a soul level, when you came in at birth, you were just at the whim of what's around you, but you're in the same place. You're walking into a new life. So what that life is in your choosing. And so it's not formed yet. It's not formed yet. You are in a time where the whisperings of what has been and the whisperings of what you are calling for is kind of weaving back and forth. And it's okay. What would you advise a mother of a newborn child for that first year or two of life would be to rock, to feed, to say, you have angels. Don't forget, you have angels. Look around, there they are. What would you are mothering yourself as that new foundation for the life that's coming? And what we in the unseen are holding is all of those connections and possibilities to infuse and inspire and guide. So we're there, we're those angels around you. And this is the time of that first year or two. And it won't take that long. I'm not saying that it's going to take a year or two, but let's say for the next 3 months. What are you going to feed your brain? What are you going to feed your body? What of good are you going to gather around you? That's where you're at. And you're there knowingly, which is amazing. Amazing for you and for us. So that's what I wanted to bring to our conversation, is the confirmation that, though you appear and feel individual, necessary on this planet. But when I say we, the collective of which you are a part, are here for you. And the song that we sing to Audrey will be unique to Audrey. And the song we sing to Cinda will be unique to Cinda. And Arlie's voice and call will be unique to her, as will Andrea's and Denise's and Deborah's. And yet you're all one, you're all us. So we would say to each one of you as we interact in the quiet, in the calm, we would say, beloved one, you are me, you are mine. And it's true. And beloved one, you are we, you are us, we are one with you, you are us. And it is true. In that place where we connect, is sometimes created because you feel so alone. And it's a forcing of trying to find something so you don't go under. But it doesn't have to be that way. We've set aside time, you've set aside time to be with us, half hour on these Sundays, a set aside time. And we sit in group and you hear us into the group. what would be the delicious taste of the song that we could sing to you uniquely if you set aside a half hour just for us? What would we be able to say to you? What would we be able to hear from you? We'd love that also. The stability that is arising, that you individually and as a group can really taste, be held by, is there. A weaving of divine good, a collaborative of divine good, meaning those of us in the unseen have a stronger unified field for this world, for Earth, than we've been able to have since almost the beginning 600,000 years ago. And we're calling you into that weaving. And whether you invite us in through your dreams, through your movements, because we can move with you. We know how to sway and swing. Through listening to our words and hearing your words. Through the beauty that's created just by our being together, one to one, one to one. You're known. You do have a unique role to play. And in this particular time, it's more a matter of relaxing, taking time to also bless what has been, release. Gather the strength, the skill, the awareness from what has been, and release. Be gentle with yourself. Deborah, we're watching your walk. And we want you to know that. We are watching your walk. It is no accident that this is the time of freeing up your movement. You're loved. And we hold you. We can say that for each one of you. The excitement, sometimes the doubt, but the tenacity that you all have exhibited through what you brought in to move through is astounding. It's astounding. Let this time be a time of gratitude for what has been. Release the difficulty, but appreciate the skills and the refinement it has brought to you. Begin to see through the eyes of a child this world as you now are ready to play in it. Feed that excitement. Trust what brings you joy. None of you came into a life that from its beginning said, just follow your bliss, just follow your joy, just follow your heart. To some degree, all of you brought in some difficulties. Said there, maybe you didn't have a good, or maybe your good wasn't worth anything, or maybe you were so little, but what would it do anyway? It was appropriate. But here you are now, where you can let your heart, let your joy, let your excitement be the connection to us. It's the connection to your unique voice, team, song, harmony, orchestra, us. So that we can play together your song, and your song, and your song, and your song, and stand back and love all of those songs, because it's what will make the world form from cultures into cultures of divine good. So your joy brings you to us, and we bring you the steps. We know how to do it. We know what it is that's next for you. That's what I want to say to you. I want to say, you are so loved. And we want this time of confusion out there in the world, be confusion in the world. It's part of the old breaking down, the new starting to be thought of, etc. Bless it, deep six it, let it be. And you consider the outcome, the bigger plan, the rising higher that you want to be a part of, experiencing, building that world and the experiences and the joyful bringing forth of the good that blesses all. Choose the plan, and we will show up with you and for you. And you can't keep Tesla down. You can't keep Tesla down. Okay. Enough of the soft. Because I know the soft. I know the connection, as Tesla I speak. I know what happens when you see an outcome, a form that's here in your imagination. And you say yes to the form because it's exciting to you. And then you say, show me how, show me the steps. I know, because that's how I brought in inventions. And those inventions, when applied and given, made forms, and would have made tremendous forms for a benefit to the world. And they are still waiting in the wings because we haven't been able to bring them forth yet. Mine and yours and so many others. So many others. Who do you want to play with? I'll be there with you. If you want me, I'll be there. Gaia says she's going to be there too. Archangel Michael's got a group. Gabriel's got a group. Mother Mary's got a group. Magdalene's got a group. There are those gremlin elves and fairies that have groups. There are so many. And we can partner with you in what you want to do. So that's me. That's me. I'm so excited and ready. And some of you already have made connections to me, and I love working with you. I love working with you. When you set the outcome, this is the bigger plan I want to be a part of, you can trust those who are holding the plan. You can trust that there are millions of intelligences holding that plan. Now, we in the unseen cannot force it onto the planet. That's why we need you. Not to force it onto the planet, but to get the inspiration that goes like, oh, that's fun. That sounds fun to me. Oh, that inspires my heart. You get a glimpse of something then that's what you hold. You hold that cord of that glimpse of, and you say, this has manifested into my life and benefited many. You're the only one that can do those words. We can't. But once you do, and you hold on to that part that excites you, then start listening to us. If you don't know a step, and you won't, say, what's the next step? Listen, 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 listen. And we'll give you the next step. And trust the step we give you. Because sometimes the step will be take a nap. Or sometimes the step will be read a book. Or sometimes the step might be call a friend. Just trust the steps. And don't discount yourself by thinking it's not enough. That will cramp our ability to flow to you. And as you well know, keep yourself cocooned with a fourfold red rock, guardian circle, hitchhiker, a hazmat suit, because you are on a planet that's pretty toxic. And you can always say, if you doubt, you can always say to that energy, are you of our light? Are you of the family? Are you of the light? If not, they'll tell you. But we know the steps. We're ready. You're the one who plants the seed in the earth, calls for Gaia to help you nourish it, and then listens for the steps. Archangel Michael here. I just want to remind you that some of the steps will be healing steps. Remember, it's okay. If you run up against a wall that hasn't dissolved yet, been transformed yet, we'll show you that too. So some of the steps might be stop, do some healing work. So the steps we'll hold. You hold the seed, water it, plant it, have Mother Gaia hold it, walk in nature with it, and say, what's the next step? What's the step for today? What's the step for this afternoon? And realize you're a new baby. You're only just born your new life. Learn to walk with us as you didn't when you were born many years ago. Learn to walk with us. Learn to hear our voice. Learn to trust the steps, and really look for all of that good which is already around you. The communities of which you're a part that love you, have your back. You will know us good by the tastes of good in your life. You will know what would destroy you by the tastes of good in your life. So anything that comes up that pulls you down, discounts you, whether it's your voice or someone else's, no, don't go there. Deep six, call for healing. Stop until it's clear. Because we're building in a field of divine good. And you're a part of it to whatever degree you want to be, in whatever way lifts your heart. You don't do it all. You do what lights you up. Mother Gaia is here. I'm going to be here to close this circle. I cannot pass the opportunity to say, I love you. I hold you. How many of you walk with me? Notice the beauty I give you. So many of you here. I know you. I hold you. I am so glad you're in my home and that we finally can clear out what has been destroying me and humanity and build correctly. Mother Gaia, I get to speak for the group to say we love you. We so love you. Let's see what we do this week. Let's see what we do. I think there's questions for the next session if you're interested. Get them to Sharon. I'm sure there's ways. We'd love to hear from you. Okay. Much love, and until we meet again. No, we know you. We know you. Blessings.